Welcome to Undaunted Voices, the podcast where resilience, identity, and transformations take center stage. These are your hosts, Andrea Belalcazar, Mia Love, and Walt Ash. Today, we're taking you on a personal journey, one that explores what it means to rise through challenge, to grow through honesty, and to find strength and vulnerability. If you ever faced a turning point and wonder what comes next, this conversation is for you. Let's begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first episode of Undaunted Voices. These are your hosts, Andrea Belalcazar.
And I'm Mia Love. Super excited to be here with you today.
And I'm Walt Ash. This is a great opportunity. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, thank you, both of you. So today we're sharing how this journey began and why these conversations matter.
Absolutely. It's been a journey and we are finally here.
Yay!
We've got this. Let's go.
Yay!
All right. So as we start this journey, we want to give you a glimpse of who we are and what drives us to be here together. To break the ice, let's each share one thing we care about and one quirky fact about ourselves. I'll go first. Once again, my name is Andrea Belalcazar, and I really care about breaking barriers, not just my own, but helping others break theirs too. I believe when people are given real opportunities, they don't just succeed, they soar. The quirk about me is I am Colombian, and for us, time is kind of flexible. So when I said the other day, it could mean last week or maybe 10 years ago. And every now and then, a little Colombian expression sneaks into my English completely uninvited. But honestly, I think it just makes the conversations a bit more spicy and colorful. Anyways, Walt, you're up next. Can you share with us a little bit about you?
So I'm Walt Ash. I am a project manager. I live in the Bay Area. I think one thing about me is that I'm trying to find ways to help people in the community or at work find their way to feel included and to understand how other people may view things that aren't the same as what they view. I'm hoping to be able to help the next generation to find a way to be themselves. So I guess a quirky thing about me is that I also claim to be a project manager for a group of friends that we call Baseball Fest, where my friends visit a different baseball city every year annually. And I help facilitate making sure that everyone gets there. We know where you want to eat, where you want to have fun, to the point where I have business cards made up. So let me now introduce my friend Mia.
Okay. I'm Mia Love, and in my daytime, I work in facilities management at a campus in the Bay Area. And my passion, the thing that I love to do, is to create space for people that think differently, for neurodiverse individuals, and open the neurotypic world to the way that neurodiverse individuals think, and just do it in a different way. And the thing that's quirky about me is fidget toys. I cannot sit in a meeting without fidget toys, so I always have them, and I always bring them for other people in meetings, whether they love them or not. First, they're like, why did she just put a bunch of toys in the middle of the table? And about 30 minutes into the meeting, I see someone slowly reach over and grab them. And now people kind of expect when we have a long board meeting, they're like, she's got the toys. She's bringing in the toys.
Got mine right here.
Perfect. Love it.
Thank you so much, me and Walt. I would like to ask to both of you, how did this all start and how did that shape your idea for this podcast?
I think that, it started through conversation. I had the pleasure of meeting Walt, and we just immediately clicked into conversation, and he invited me into this amazing space that all of you had already created. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity because I got to meet other people that are passionate about things that I'm passionate about. And I think the other half of the question was, how did that sharpen the idea? Sharpen the idea because we all brought our authentic selves to the table. And there were differences, but there were overlaps and there were intersections. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing collection of stories. This is an amazing chapter, an amazing anthology that other people need to hear and that other people resonate with. And so we all have these different skill sets, and putting those together, we have this powerhouse.
I'm so grateful that we were able to have that opportunity to meet and grow our friendship. And Andrea and I met through a program at Stanford University. It's called the LEAD program, which stands for Learning, Engaging, Accelerating, and Disrupting.
And when I met Walt, we were very like-minded in regards to our purpose of wanting to be there for others and bring opportunities to others. And we started our community, the Inclusion Connect, and we built a community of professionals focused on leadership and support of other professionals. And this year, I met Mia for the first time. It was such a great experience to get to know her background, her work, how she supports people differently abled. It was kind of a really great mix of everyone building these new connections and then coming up with an idea that really could flourish. I asked myself, how can we grow this community beyond a weekly meetup? Or how can we grow this community to serve millions on experiences that could help them grow? And I think a podcast kept coming up. So I want to make sure that people can get something out of this podcast on ways to overcome challenges and grow as individuals. We thought that this could be a really good opportunity for us to bring other stories to the front that we might not hear otherwise. So be prepared to hear from all of us, as well as many other people that have really unique, interesting stories. We are as big as the world surrounding us. And so we want to bring a new world to all of you.
Well said.
This is a really great turning point to double click on the why. So every story has a turning point. From your own personal experience, what was your aha moment? The thing that made you say, I have to take action. I have to take time. I'm doing this podcast.
Talking to friends, talking to people that we reached out to and said, do you think that you would like this idea? Is it just for a smaller group, or do you think it's something that we can expand upon and that other people want to share and listen? And when we got a positive response to that, that's when, to me, it became more real. Mia, how about you?
For me, sparked when we started these conversations, and to be a part of a group that didn't have a voice for so long, and having been a marginalized group with neurodiversity for so long, when there's an opportunity and a connection to people that not only understand but care about that and bring other attributes to the table, and we can put those connections together and tie our experiences together and elevate that, there is no reason why we should not use that platform, right? So we all have different origin stories. We all have different experiences. And when we started talking and the opportunity to do a podcast was presented, I feel like, how dare you not? How dare you not take the opportunity to advance those stories?
Thank you so much, Mia. So one of the things for me has been my personal journey with resilience, learning about how can you grow, adapt, move on, move forward, has been very transformational. And I think that in the back of my head, I was thinking, how can I bring this opportunity to others as well, right? And when I got to meet both of you, I think that it inspired and fueled something within me, the desire to do something meaningful, and then ending with, why don't we ask people around? And we posted in LinkedIn. We were not expecting that many responses, but we did get a lot of them. Most of the people that responded to us, they have felt unseen, and they also happen to be mentors or leaders seeking leadership and visibility skill sets. Almost absolutely everyone said this podcast would be amazing. I hope that the journeys that you share not only talk about results, but also talk about the difficult things that people experience. People can break when they feel lonely and hopeless. But if we build a community around our experiences or struggles or victories, that's where we all build together a way for us to grow. And that's what I want. I'm excited to start this new journey with all of you.
That was so well put. They felt like there were ways that they wanted to be able to express themselves and show how they can continue that path, how they can feel like they are unstoppable and undaunted. And I know that that's how we decided to talk about this vision and the message we wanted to share and the voices that are associated with it. And that's how we got the title.
Yes, Undaunted Voices. All right. Thank you so much, Walt. So now let's switch gears. Let's go into a lightning round. You each have 60 seconds to answer.
It may not be 60 seconds for me, but let's go for it.
Right. I'm like, do we need a buzzer?
I must tell you, being brief is no one's stronger suit, but I will try my best to. All right, let's start with the first question. Finish the following sentence. My unexpected superpower is, and I will popcorn it to Walt.
Well, usually, if I hear something that doesn't necessarily resonate with me, I try to go back and say, well, where did this come from? Is it something that's true? Is it something that's made up? To the point where I have a friend, shout out to my friend Taryn Boylan of Subversive Playthings, who has put together a series of super action heroes, and he created a virtual reality action hero in my image. And so it's for practical reality guy. So to understand and listen and take those different points of view and put them into some kind of realistic perspective is something that I really like to say might be my superpower.
I hope that we can certainly, have a visual of that, because that sounds amazing. And I would say that ADHD is a superpower. And when I think about that, I had to walk back my statement, not because I don't think that it is a huge attribute and that it's a credit to who I am. I also have to think about the ways that it shows up. And I'm dual diagnosed autism and ADHD. And while it is a superpower for me, it also becomes a challenge for me in certain situations. So to label it, just sticker it as a superpower, gives people that have not learned how to manage their neurodiversity, it gives them a false sense of being able to walk into a world that's not designed for us, a false sense of the challenges that they'll face. So I had to walk back that statement and say that what my unexpected superpower is protecting my no, to protect my time, to protect the rest that I need, and to protect the things that come along with my neurodiversity. So my unexpected superpower is the strength that I found in the power of my no. And no doesn't mean that I don't care about you. It doesn't mean that I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I don't want to participate in all those things. But sometimes I truly have to say, no, I can't do that thing. So my unexpected superpower is finding, protecting, and embracing and giving you the gift of my no.
I think
That's
that's
incredible.
a very, very powerful gift, Mia.
Agreed.
It's really hard, especially when you're a driven person like you are, to have this self-awareness, to know where your limits are. It's very admirable, very impressive.
Now, what about you?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
thank you. So I would say that one thing that I feel as my superpower is that I'm not afraid of difficult things. And an example of that is I climbed Kilimanjaro without training. Scuba diving in the Galapagos, and I'm just that kind of person that sees a challenge. Not that I'm not afraid, because being afraid is part of life, but I don't let being afraid stop me.
That's a great superpower
I
to
just
have.
don't want you to drive past the fact that you climbed Kilimanjaro without training. And that's like over 19,000 feet. And I think they recommend that you do like 3 to 6 months of training before you do that. So you're like, yeah, I climbed Kilimanjaro without training. And by the way, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, hold on. Stick a pin in that. So
That's a great call out.
I'm just going to go to Tanzania and like, you know what? Let's go for a walk today. Nah, let's go hike Kilimanjaro. Right.
Yeah, it helped that I was in my 20s too.
It doesn't matter.
I get it, but it's still not like, you're not going like hiking Mission Peak, or you know what I mean? It's not a small feat. So.
Oh no, thank you. No, and also I would just like to say I really connect with your story about ADHD. So I have my niece. I'm very close to her. And we have had a journey of her ADHD and trying to learn about it and how to support her. And is like you said, it's a superpower. It makes you unique in so many ways on the things that you can do. But at the same time, because you are not the majority and the world is not accustomed to you or customized to you, and you have to deal with the challenges of that and learn to build coping mechanisms to be able to overcome that. And that is the burden that you carry with your superpower, your kryptonite, I must say. So thank you so much for bringing that into the table. Yeah. And Walt, I must say, you are a super connector. So that's another superpower of yours.
Oh, I appreciate that too. I was also going to follow up on what you said with Mia. Said, if you need anything, just let me know. Please, I'll have any conversation anytime. If you need to know more about how to help your relatives, then that's great. And the fact that Mia was able to take that time, I truly appreciate that as well. And thank you for the connection.
All right. This is not a lightning round. All right. Let's try for the next one. Okay. Finish the following sentence. Failure is. Mia, go ahead.
It's something that must happen. Fail forward. We have to fail to be able to understand what needs to happen next.
Walt.
Apollo 13 and NASA said failure is not an option. And that was part of things that drove me. But upon reflecting now, it's more of a stepping stone that helps you learn and take that next step to say, I value what I have and this is what I can learn from. It's not just something that should make you stop. It should make you reflect. And for you, Andrea?
Thank you. I think for me, failure is painful, but it's incredibly necessary for us to learn and grow. And if we're able to get past the pain, we will get a lot out of it, more than actual successes. All right. I believe we have our last question for our lightning round. And that is, what advice would you give someone in the thick of a setback? Mia.
I would advise them to make sure that they have a sense of community, to keep going, and just make sure that you have people around you that are going to be able to cover you. Not people that are going to listen to your business and go tell someone else. People that are going to cover you in your darkest moments and to be able to pour into you.
Walt.
In terms of fighting when you're in the middle of a setback, I'm reminded there was a coach who won a national championship in basketball. His name was Jim Valvano, who wound up passing because of cancer. And when he was in the middle of accepting awards for his courage and his leadership, he gave a really big speech months before he passed away. And it became an inspiration for ESPN and others to donate and create a foundation in his name. And his key part of this speech was the quote, "Don't give up. Don't ever give up." You know, he was giving his reflections of his life experiences. And, he said, look, they're telling me to wrap up. I've got like cancer throughout my body. You don't tell me to stop. I've got a message I need to share with everybody. I'm not going to pay any attention to that. I'm going to keep going. If you have a chance to laugh every day or talk to a friend every day, those kind of things, those are what's important. And so if you're in the middle of setbacks, like what Mia was saying, find your friends, find ways that people can give you support and that they can cover for you. That goes back to my stepping stone reference. Don't give up. What do you think, Andrea?
I would like to share what has been the hardest for me to do when I've had setbacks or failures, which is being kind to myself. When you're kind to yourself, you also open up a space for new things to happen. But if you keep going back to what could have been different, the things that I should have done, that's just your brain trying to process the situation. But in reality, if you let go of that and you're kind to yourself, you will be opening capacity for what's to come.
Oh, I think this has been great. I've had a lot of fun doing this. And so I'm looking forward to the next episodes when we get to share more.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's a wrap then of our pilot episode. We are so excited to be in this with you. Each episode will go deeper into stories of identity, resilience, and transformation. And next week, we'll dive into a story that might just shift how you see your own path. See you then.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Undaunted Voices, where resilience, identity, and transformation take center stage. Your hosts were Andrea Belalcazar, Mia Love, and Walt Ash. If today's episode inspired you, share it with someone who'd love it too. You can send us your feedback, suggest future topics, or even join us as a guest at undauntedvoices.com. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and all major social media platforms. Links are in the episode description. Keep rising, undaunted.